Good morning and welcome to Bated Breath Tarot. My name is Melinda and I've drawn some cards this morning regarding some questions I've had or I have. And it just turned out to be such a beautiful reading. I thought I'd share as if something is occurring with me. We are all one and are parts of one another, parts of source, and thereby this reading may very well, and hopefully will resonate with and potentially possibly help someone else or others in the collective as well. The first card that come up, I actually have written some notes about because there's so many beautiful, wonderful things, and I have not pulled this card from this deck before. This deck being the Wizard's Tarot deck. And as to my question, which I'm not sure what your questions are, but our answer at this time regarding the question at hand is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I just want you to see. All right. Now, what I've noticed about this card, and this is pretty much in the order of the things that I noticed, is the hydrangeas. I've made notes about them. Well, actually, to backtrack just a moment, the pentagram she's holding being a 5-pointed star. Now, if your question is referring to time, this could be a matter of 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, etc. However, for me, seeing this within the next 5 days. Okay. Back to the hydrangeas, beautiful flowers whose colors change with pH and requires filtered light or balance and plenty of water, which would be equate to emotional depth and knowledge to thrive. The colors are pink and lilac, which is love and self-love. The second thing I've noticed is the throne. It has a fleur-de-lis quality. Also, the thistle, which is Scottish abundance, boundaried beauty, if you say those together. Yes. Just let that resonate for a moment. Boundaried beauty. Okay. The third thing I noticed is the green. Green everywhere in this card. All for over the bridge or fallen tree, whichever you want to look at it as, in the background. Let me bring this forth again for you to look at that. I'm referring to right here in a way it looks like a bridge, in a way it looks like a fallen tree over water here. But there's all this green growth coming off, just flowing off of everything in this card. Green from the flowers, green from the high fountain, and her dress and cape. There is an item here that looks like either a fountain or a light, but it has green coming off the sides, the top. Okay. I point this out because green is healing and abundance. And I don't want to say healing anymore. Green, it's healed. It's grown. It's grown over. This is really giving off Ace of Cups vibes. I mean, it is overflowing, only it's rather than blue, emotive overgrowth, or, it's green. And it's not from the throat, it's from the heart, which actually emanates up through the throat. Okay. The fourth thing I notice is the bunny, which is spring, proliferous nature, and makes me think of the Chinese zodiac sign, the rabbit, which is creative and luck. and communicative. Okay. The fifth thing I noticed was the white picket fence, and her throne is at the gate thereof. Precipice, beginning, end, Ouroboros energy. Okay, number 6 is faith. She has a cross at the neck and knowledge at the crown. She looks happy and healthy, resigned, not silly or pompous, not somber. Just kind of perfect. Number 7, grounded. There is a garden path beneath her. She is planted on the garden path. Number 8, rainbow, the end of storm, possibly a pot of gold. This card rings of legacy. Okay. I just really went into depth with this card because it's the main focal card of the reading regarding the answer to questions, and the rest are basically supporting this card. Okay. We have He of the Fiery Sword. This is the Fairies Oracle deck. Okay. And I have one of the phyla of fairies that is of the singers. I'm sure less solid and more light. He of the Fiery Sword is the masculine aspect, the other side of She of the Crouch, referring to positive action, either taking place or needing to take place. Okay, we also have a emblem here at the top, or possibly referring to a new moon. Okay. The Green Woman. She's a force to be reckoned with, cannot be stopped. Like the growth that comes up between the sidewalk cracks. So there will be no stopping this process and no stopping you in this process. No stopping us. We have Lady of the Harvest. Seeds planted. Come the fall, things are going to look so much differently than they do right now, as right now we're in the summer. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, bearing more of a spring nature, possibly, and quite likely, there were seeds we planted either physically and or metaphorically, consciously and or subconsciously in the spring, that are at play now here in the summer, and by the fall we'll be reaping benefits of these seeds, of these things we've planted. Okay. And the gotcha card, which is exactly what it sounds like to me, and hopefully to you too. Whatever the situation is, there's some ironies to be taken into account. We'll be looking back on the situation and laughing. Because we'll get it. Universe will show us. And the maiden. So, of course, while this is like the beginning of a cycle, so we're back at if you want to look at the tail or the head of Ouroboros, okay, the snake eating its own tail sign. And it'll take baby steps. And it's very auspicious. And you can see she has, even as a little one, knowledge. And it's knowledge that's actually very connected to source. Because as with little ones who've not been told, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or there's no such thing as this, or what, all those things yet that separate us from our light and cardinal knowledge. There are things that, as much as she can't physically do on her own, yet she will still be striving to do on her own and wants to do on her own. And this may take some guidance, or will take some guidance. But also, as like at the individuation process, I know she seems much smaller then, but think 7 or 8 years old. They need to be allowed the space to be their own little person. And that's you, us, as a collective, taking the steps to be our own little spark of light, individuated from source, but at the same time one with source. Okay? And with one another. Out of that, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Now, whether this be an actually love situation, or to do with life and career, and something that just makes us feel extremely loved because we love it so much, that cyclically, of course, in the give and receive nature, that is the balanced way of life. Out of doing something we love, we feel loved. Okay? In the book, they refer to this as metaphorical heart surgery. Eat it up. It doesn't get much better than the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Okay? And now, I don't normally do reversals, but this happened this way this morning, and see, it knows I'm talking about it. We got the death card, but it was in reverse. Someone actually read to you about that, and then we're going to unblock the energy. Okay? This means when a card comes in reverse, it simply means that the energy represented by that card is blocked, and we have the power to unblock it. So, the death in reverse means important change is being blocked or delayed by clinging to old habits or things, and therefore the changes that need to happen appear to be difficult and forced upon us. Yet, releasing these outgrown and outworn ways of being must happen in order to move into the next stage of development. Meditating upon breathing in truth and breathing out not truth may be helpful. Not truth may be false information, or it may be simply confusion or muddle. We don't have to know what it is or look at it. We just need to exhale the energy of not truth. It is important to look to the future, however unknown or frightening, rather than trying to tug the past along with us. It may seem impossibly difficult, but the only way to reduce the pain of this process is to step forward into the future willingly. So I would like us to stop right now and just take a few deep breaths. If you'll take some breaths with me. And we don't even have to picture what these things mean. All we have to do is have the intention. We'll take a deep breath in. We'll breathe in truth. Are you ready? Maybe hold it at the top. When we breathe out, we're going to exhale not truth. You ready? Maybe do that a couple more times when we breathe in truth. I'll go blow out all of that not truth. And one more time. Breathe in truth. And breathe out not truth. Oh my goodness, that feels good. And in doing that, we are reversing, unblocking the energy related to this card and with this card. Okay. Last but not least, and finally, to top off this reading, we received some healing with the fairy cards. We have most beautiful financial flow. Raising your standards. And peace of mind. Wow. So these are rather self-explanatory, and I'll read the mantras that go with them. However, I want to point out regarding raising your standards, this could be in several facets of life, whether it be in love and relationships or career. I feel at this stage, at this point, it's about reaching towards more, not necessarily like wanting more as in to hold more, as to have more of anything, but to be more. We're being pushed, however pleasantly or not pleasantly, and I don't mean in a forceful way, but I mean in an alchemicalizing way. We have grown to a point where to stay what we were is not only stagnant, but becoming more than uncomfortable. It's unbearable. So we are being shown options that we never even understood to be available to us or never imagined to be available to us, and we're raising our standards regarding self, that we're more than we ever understood ourselves to be, or thought ourselves to be, and thereby having to take steps, well, most would say outside of the comfort zone, and somewhat perhaps outside of the comfort zone. Yet it's not necessarily even about the comfort zone, because the right step is not going to feel like that. But it's almost like when you speak of something being on the edge of your tongue. It is like that, only regarding our path and our feet and our existence. It's right on the edge there. It's right on the edge there. And in order to have the ground beneath the foot of the next step, we have to open our brains and our hearts and our willingness to take and move forth in a way and toward things we never dreamed, never occurred to us. Okay. Financial flow. You have manifested a new sense of abundance in your life. Any financial blocks have successfully been removed, and you are now in the flow of increased prosperity. Congratulations, and so it is. I am financially secure. I am supported abundantly today and every day. And here it says, in my future. However, I will state it this way. I am financially secure. I'm supported abundantly today, yesterday, and forever. Okay. Raising your standards. Don't settle for less than your dreams. Once you make the commitment to manifest an improved situation, the universe will find a way to deliver it to you. I deserve and expect the best in life. I hold high standards for myself. And if you're like me, you may add, I deserve and expect the best in life. I hold high standards for myself. I hold high standards for those around me. Okay. Peace of mind. Make peacefulness your priority. Commit to taking steps to ensure peace of mind and take those steps without delay. Affirmation. My mind is now peaceful, and I know that all my needs are automatically taken care of. I can rest easily assured that all is well. Let's see. I don't know. I thought that was the end. Yet I'm being drawn to partake of Whispers of the Ocean. One card finalizing this reading. So now you'll get to hear me shuffle a duffle. And these are big cards. So I can hardly even hold on to them to shuffle. But spirit guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, here, there, and yonder. Guide us to a finalized message card for this reading. With all our love, our hearts to yours, your hearts to ours. Just one card to make it evident of what we are to know at this time. Okay. Well, again, just a lot of newness we're looking forward to because I've not drawn this card before either. It's back on task. Look at that. Purple. Green. Teal. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Okay. Well then, there now yet. Right? And we'll be shown. Because all this purple, this indigo, crown chakra, third eye energy. Okay. I want to thank you for joining me here at Bated Breath Tarot today. I'll conclude the reading here. Know you are loved. Hugs to you. Blessed be. And Namaste.